Trae Young will have none of that. He dropped 38, 9, and 7 in his season debut. Brian, is he already one of the league's top 5 point guards?
I understand why you're asking that question. No. But
we're seeing how far out on the limb we can get Brian with the Hawks.
He had a great second half last year, a great start. And I love the nickname Ice Trae. Love it.
He's been great.
I'm on board.
Fun. It's great to have him in the league, right, Scotty?
It's great to have him. I mean, he's impressive to watch him shoot the basketball.
He shot one from the logo last night.
Did the Hawks win last night, by the way?
They did, actually, by more than they were supposed to. Just saying, Brian predicted that too. Make, grip. Check out Kawhi pulling up. Does a little one-handed pump fake here. Scotty, I believe we've seen this before with a teammate of yours.
Yes, I've seen that a few times.
And there we go. I know later in his executive years, Michael Jordan, after he felt like he failed in drafting Kwame Brown, said from then on there was no basketball player he was ever going to take on one of his teams that couldn't palm a basketball. It would be the thing that would be the dividing line.
Well, Kawhi can palm it with probably 2 hands, or 2 fingers.
Right. 2 basketballs. That's right.
Yeah, he carried the ball around like a satchel.
Miss Subtlety. So the Rockets have rolled out a red carpet, literally, for their player arrivals, with the photographers, the whole thing. ESPN reporter Stefano Fusaro says it's for the first 3 games, but then it will be throughout the season on weekend games. Should it be at every game if you have Russell Westbrook on your team, Brian?
Well, I guess Russ and James can do whatever they want. I like the red carpet.
There's a song about that.
I like the red carpet. I don't know if we need a DJ. I mean, it's doing too much.
Scotty, can you imagine this getting to this level back in your day?
That is crazy.
I would like to know what Patrick Ewing would have done with this.
How about Rodman? Oh my God.
Well, he would have been fine.
He'd have come in a wedding
tributes.
dress.
Mo Harkless throwing down a pair of dunks yesterday, and he paid tribute. Little head tap Clippers. Brian, you think he's going to catch on with this year's Clipper team?
I would advise it not to. Now, I covered Darius. I like Darius. I like Quentin, but they call themselves the Knuckleheads for a reason on their podcast. Let's leave that in the 2000 era. That's my advice.
What do you think, Scotty?
I'm going to have to go with Brian on this. Let's leave that one behind and
move forward.
Let's move forward. We're trying to win the title now.
Yeah. Different.
We're not going to be knuckleheads.
Team. Clippers have enough slogans and stuff going on as it is. Miss boxing out. John Collins cleans up the miss with a 2-handed flush. He is so fun to watch, and we thought this was a little Blake Griffin, right?
Look how high he is.
While Blake Griffin was watching him, you see? These jump producers, they've got layers, right? Yeah. Boom. Remember that?
Yeah. Unfortunately, John, when he tried to jump over the plane.
Y'all are so mean.
But
you don't have to freeze.
I love John Collins and I love the Hawks. I don't know if you heard me say that. If you want to get ahead of the game,
it's usually me who brings up the airplane.
Guess what? I will buy your Hawks stock if you want to sell it.
Man, that dunk was.
I like that. That was a great
phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right, we now have to turn our attention to one of our favorite shows within a show here at The Jump.
Oh.
Because there was an emergency episode of Sons of Anarchy that dropped unexpectedly yesterday. And look, it began with the stars of this show riding high like they hadn't felt in an untold number of years. The Suns people sat atop the West after opening night following their win, their 29-point differential. It was amazing. The series looked like it was going to take off. And then it all came crashing down as day turned into night because center Deandre Ayton, it was revealed, had been suspended for 25 games for violating the NBA's anti-drug policy. Ayton tested positive for a diuretic, which can act as a masking agent for banned PEDs. Now, Ayton apologized in a statement saying that he had ingested something unintentionally. The Players Union plans to appeal the suspension. They believe the penalty could be reduced, rescinded even. Ayton did reportedly attend the Suns shoot-around today. But, guys, it's unclear when he would next get the chance to play. So, Brian, I know you were watching the story unfold last night. What do we expect from here?
I expect him to play December 17th at the end of his 25-game suspension. The Suns put out a statement which left no ambiguity. They basically said it was unacceptable and did not accept. It did, to me, sound like they accepted his explanation. They were very, very disappointed in him, especially because they are finally looking like they may have been getting some traction. Monty Williams in his first game as coach, they played a great game, put up great numbers. They have really good young talent that they're hoping to coalesce. This just is an absolute false start for them and for him, because he really did have a quality rookie season last year. In some years, he would have won Rookie of the Year last year.
Yeah.
It just happened to be.
He had a great game the other night.
Yeah, he just happened to. He had 4 blocks in that game. This is extremely disappointing for an organization that has had nothing but disappointments for the last decade. Even under that, it is extremely disappointing. And the Suns, frankly, based on their statement, don't sound like they're expecting any reprieve. And there have been a number of players suspended for diuretics, and there have never been a reprieve given. I guess it's possible. I wasn't there, I don't know, but I think they should expect him to miss the 25.
Wow.
Scotty, when you hear players say, like, oh, it was an accident, I didn't do it, I didn't mean it, what's sort of the player response usually?
Well, I mean, to me, it's not really something that should be pointed at the player. I think it has to go a little further. It has to deal with his trainer. Players don't normally go and put the meds in them. They don't normally judge how their body is looking, whether they need to pick up weight or their recovery. So to me, it falls in the hand of his medical staff or the trainer. I'm sure he's got a different trainer than what the team have put forward. But yeah, you are a little bit disappointed. And if I was his teammates, I would be a little bit down, because as a young team, you want to get off to a good start. And any setback threatens your opportunity of being in the postseason.
Yeah, this is not the plot twist in Sons of Anarchy that Phoenix fans were looking for. Our researcher, Michael Schwartz, crushed today, along with many others of his kind. Brian, thanks so much for joining us here. Brian will be, of course, back all season. Up next, Michael Wilbon is going to rotate in. He will discuss Harden and Westbrook's heated exchange in the first quarter of the Rockets' season debut. Big deal? Not a big deal? We'll discuss. Hey, Scottie Pippen's here, too.
Hi.